What's up, friend? You are you interested in lack of skill? Yeah. Or maybe some suck. I'm just a new guy for the love of game. We don't go, I know it's bad. Times have changed, but not my mad. Don't you know that games are my thing? Yeah, I know it's getting real late. Come on, look at me. I even do storytelling. Also podcasts on great game subjects. Okay, yeah, I'm not a Markiplier or a PewDiePie. But hey, that's what makes me so unique, right? 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 Alright, what's up everybody? We can dance Yes, that's right, and welcome to the 60th episode of NikoTheLegend. I look kind of bulky in this one, but don't let that fool you. I'm a scrawny little fuck. This is all superimposed. I made it on widescreen. I stretched myself out to look a little thicker. But anyway, guys, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome. Are you still having a good time being locked down and being told what to do by the government, by a bunch of masked fascists? Yeah, nobody likes it, right?
Fox, get this guy off me!
Okay. So yeah, it's gotten to a point where it's still pretty insane. Still doing the fear mongering, the news and all that. So I hope you guys are careful about what information you take in, and just know that you're not alone. And we all wish for the very best for everybody. Nah, not for everybody. I don't care about terrorists. They can go die for all I care. Serial killers? Yeah, I hope they get the pandemic. I could give two shits about them. But everyone else who's not malevolent or evil, which is, very subjective to say, if you're chaotic good, then maybe we can talk. No, I'm just kidding. So this is a big episode. I'm actually really excited. I put this episode off for the Niko show about a few days. I was just trying to find the real moment of wanting to do it. I know it sounds pretty petty, but for those of you listening out there on the Spotify, once this actually reaches your ears, I appreciate you guys checking that out. Because NikoTheLegend is on Spotify now. All you gotta do is type in The Niko Show by Nicholas Sorokin, and boom! We only have 2 episodes up right now because the thing is about that is that I can't just flat out upload podcasts to Spotify. It's not like YouTube or Twitch. I have to go to like a third party. Or like first party, and Spotify is the third party. It's something like that, where I have to pay monthly to get podcast space from this official podcast website, and then you can just transfer all that information over podcast stuff to Spotify. Hey Melody, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. This is the Niko Show, episode 60. Whoa! So, I appreciate everybody who's coming by. Thank you so much. We are a solid group of 4. That's okay. It'll grow steadily. So, like I said, if you're just tuning in, you're always welcome to listen and input any of the thoughts that you have coming out of your head that's just wanting to get out. Let me know. We can talk about it. This is one of those times where I don't mind reading the comments for everybody, because what we're talking about today is big. Like I said, Star Wars Reset, and then the Mass Effect comments I got from the latest Mass Effect video, which I'm really excited to go through, which is going to take probably a huge portion of the podcast. The Star Wars one should take a huge portion too. Hopefully I can talk a lot about that. So, what was I going to talk about? Oh, that's right. So yeah, it's Spotify. You can check me out at The Niko Show, shameless plug here by Nicholas Sorokin. And yeah, what I'm going to do, my point when I was trying to make is that I'm going to try to do $10 a month, because you get a certain amount of space, a free space to upload onto the website, the podcast website. So 50 megabytes gets filled up pretty quick, and every month about 1 archived video that's uploaded, or video gets archived, so it saves you space. If I can just get that by putting up 2 episodes, podcast episodes a month on Spotify, that'd be great. And then if anybody else would like to see all the episodes of the Niko Show, it's on YouTube mainly. That's where it's always uploaded and stored. That is the archived website. I think the podcast site I use is Async. Is that what it's called? Hold on here. Let me do some clicks here. No, LibSync. Libsyn? LibSync. Okay, that's like the liberal version of NSYNC or something. Anyway, yeah, that's the site I do. There's so many different podcast sites, so I just went with someone's recommendation, and it's like, yeah, it's been treating me well so far. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. But hey, if you guys ever want to help out the NIKO show or the NikoTheLegend in general, you're always welcome to donate to the channel if you want to help pay for this monthly subscription with me. I don't have a Patreon or anything, but I got PayPal and so on and so forth. So, without further ado, let's dive right in, shall we? I guess that could have been like the real life aspect. I usually dive into what's going on in real life, and then what I'm playing for video games, and then we dive into the news section. Well, not much has changed since the last episode, but for those of you who didn't watch the last episode, still trying to make a living at working as a personal trainer and trying to make money off of that, but it's really tough because this second coming of the pandemic, well, you can't see it, listeners, but I did a little quote thing. Higher cases, blah, 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 this fear, like I said, fear-mongering stuff, scaring the clients away. I haven't had an orientation in a while. It kind of sucks. Now, when we first started back up, when gyms started opening back up and I was able to work there, I was getting business pretty good, but now it's dying off again. So what am I supposed to do? Unemployment's not doing anything for me anymore. The DEA check I was getting is not doing shit anymore. Like, I haven't been getting squat. So I got to be really careful with my money and not buy video games, right? Well, I guess we can just tackle right into the video game aspect. I bought Paper Mario Origami King, and it's a fantastic game. Did I need it? No, you never need a video game unless you're really depressed and you need something to get away. But I would always recommend a MMO for something like that, or a big-time RPG like The Witcher 3 or something. But mainly an MMO, because those are pretty much never-ending, right? It's pretty hard to find the credits in those games these days. But yeah, Paper Mario Origami King, I streamed it about, at the time that this comes out, like you'll be, like if you're listening to this on Spotify, it'll probably be like a month from now. But anyway, it came out about a few days ago, a couple days ago, June 17th, okay? And it's just a blast. I had a blast streaming it for everybody to see. I did 2 streams that day just to give everyone, night and day people, a taste of what it's all about, and I appreciate everybody who came by and saw it. It's fantastic. That game is fantastic. Say what you will about the combat system or no leveling, it's still a fantastic game. I've actually gotten a lot better with the combat. It's just, it requires a learning curve, and you got to be patient, okay? And it's not a 1,000-year door type Paper Mario game. Well, guess what? If you put any game on a high pedestal like that, then that's not fair. You shouldn't be doing that. I'm not saying lower your expectations, but you shouldn't hold it to the same caliber every single time. You're just going to be sadly disappointed. As they say, what goes up must go down and then goes back up. It's got to build its way back up. So just, be mindful of what you read about it for the reviews, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to talk about the combat. But I like it way better than Sticker Star and Color Splat. So, yeah. Besides the combat, you can avoid the fights. You can't avoid boss fights, but there are plenty of fights you can avoid if you don't like the wheel. Just do it when you have to, right? The combat wheel they have to do. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll just have to look it up. It's kind of a thing to, dive into, or requires more research. But dude, the music, the presentation, the dialogue, the story, oh my god, I fucking love it. It's such a great Paper Mario world dived in. There hasn't been any frustrations of like quest design or level design. Unlike Color Splash, where I want to just bang my head against the wall, there were some horrible level design transparency issues in that game. I basically rage quit that game, because I was just fucking sick of it and how ridiculously stupid it was. What kind of examples am I talking about? Well, just look it up on YouTube. I'm sure plenty of people have the same complaints about it. Now, yes, that is the Origami King, and it's just so good. It's so fun, and I really love the music. The music is just fantastic. It stands out. They put a lot of time and effort into that composed music. It's fucking awesome. I mean, Paper Mario probably has really good music overall, but man, this one's really standing out for me. I don't know. It's because I'm old, 30-year-old bitter man who can just take in the good old things of feeling out that music, right?
Man, I suck.
Whatever. So, that is basically what I'm mainly playing on the Switch right now. Now, what's the next game for NikoTheLegend? It's going to be Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition. Can't wait for that. A game that's going to be solely played online with friends, which I can't wait to do. I'll probably only play that game when I'm playing with friends online. Because I want all of us to come together and enjoy this. Because guess what? None of my friends want to hang out with me in real life because of this whole pandemic thing. Everyone's scared shitless. So I have to rely on internet friends on doing anything. So, you know, it's just how it goes. So, now, are you ready to dive into this? Okay. This is insane what we're about to talk to. And this may cause ripples in time for you. may even cause you to lose your hair.
Liar!
Okay, whatever, Anakin. Fuck you too. Actually, this is relevant to what I'm talking about. This is the Star Wars reset rumor that has struck the internet with a curveball, a right hook, sucker punch that no one ever saw coming. And why did no one see one coming? Because people want it to happen. It gives people hope. That's the new hope. That's the new hope, is erasing the latest Star Wars trilogy or ignoring it, resetting, whatever. Star Wars is trying to do this like multi-universe type thing where it's the latest trilogy is just a part of a different timeline. I guess that goes to say that Legends is canon now. Oh my god. Okay, we'll get into that in a second. I just blew my own load here. I mean mine. Oh jeez.
No contact.
Okay, so I'm going to read this. This is someone just like debunking what the rumor is saying. Why a silly Star Wars rumor means so much to its fans. A new rumor about Disney set the Star Wars culture into chaos, raising questions about the future of the series and what it could mean for generations of Star Wars fans to come. Being a Star Wars fan just isn't cool anymore, guys. It's like really upsetting and degrading. For anybody that has a brain on why Star Wars is ruined, then you understand what I'm talking about. But hey, if you like those Mary Sue stories, you like terrible writing and forced comedy and Luke being destroyed as a character, you like all that plot device and just sensory overload and the rise of Skywalker, go ahead. I'm not a Palpatine. I'm a Skywalker. Yeah, you really like that? Okay, cool. Well, that's fine. You can just go somewhere else then. Just kidding. So, Disney would use tactics seen in Star Wars Rebels to make it so that the sequel trilogy existed in an alternative timeline and did not represent the actual series of events that followed Return of the Jedi. Oh, please.
We can dance.
This would be amazing. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Sorry, guys. Star Wars has had a collection of novels, comics, and video games that told of a post-Return of the Jedi story, originally called the Expanded Universe, but renamed Star Wars Legends. So there is precedent for such a move. It would totally reshape the story as we've known it, changing the way we look at Star Wars. So here's... Okay, hold on. Let me just... Okay, I was about to chime in. There's been no word from Disney. There's been no word from Lucasfilm. There's been secondary reports that the rumor is slightly different. The sequel trilogy would be ignored. Okay, it's still going to be there in the shadows somewhere, deep within the largest caverns in the Earth's core, crust, whatever, never to be discovered again, just melt away with time. And not erased, as previously explained, it's likely that these are just ridiculous rumors to stir up interest in a YouTube channel, an article, or whatever. Maybe Star Wars fans are just bored and seeking new content. No, I wonder why. I wonder why Star Wars fans are bored. Maybe because they don't have any great Star Wars movies to watch besides the original trilogy and then Revenge of the Sith. We're getting some, after all. Disney Plus announced a new animated show called The Bad Batch, a sequel series to the Clone Wars, would debut in 2021. Okay, but still, the excitement around the recent sequel trilogy rumor raises questions about how fans influence their chosen pop culture franchise. A rumor could start, fans could spread it, and soon enough the franchise itself might change to appease the rumors. Yeah, spread it like wildfire, but be careful what you ask for, folks. Be careful.
Liar!
But this shows us something important about Star Wars and community. The idea that a rumor like could spread so widely and ignite such a reaction may be a sign that Star Wars isn't dead and that the community might be in a strong place. All the fear being out of ideas and losing its luster may not be how fans feel. It's a rumor that that like this can ignite a fervor. It shows the Star Wars fan community is alive and well. So, what does this mean for Star Wars fan? Let me give you my personal opinion on how I would feel if this happened. Now, of course, to everything in life, there's pros and cons, right? Well, let's start with the pros. The pros are that we would be able to get a second chance with these storylines that were originally invented by authors and comic book artists, comic book writers, and video games that have come out post Return of the Jedi that is now, the EU is now Legends. Perhaps that could finally be a reality. We could finally just reset it to where it's no longer Legends. Now, there's a transparency issue there because it's like, fuck Disney, just make up your damn mind. Is this canon or not? But here's the thing, folks. Disney doesn't know anything about their own universe of the Star Wars franchise. They don't know shit. Because people like, what is his name? Oh, God, I can't remember his name. The guy who did Clone Wars and the guy who did Rebels. Admiral Thrawn is a character who was in Expanded Universe, and now he's supposedly Legends, but now he is canon once again. He's canon because he is in Rebels, and that was post the purge of the Expanded Universe. Okay, he's in multiple... He's even in books. There's even latest books about him called Thrawn, which talks about all about his uprising, which I've read, and it's pretty fucking awesome. And there's 2 sequel books to that. Then you got all the other Thrawn books. But here's the thing. Like I said, Star Wars considers that's canon. And they don't even know what's canon and what isn't. All they go is by some chronological thing of like, okay, what books were invented before 2012? Or whenever George Lucas signed the contract over to Disney, and when Disney decided to make it a thing. Okay, when did they do that? Erase everything before that. Just consider it all the books, media, video games, all Expanded Universe. Well, look how that turned out for you guys. Now you don't have anything. Now you have to start from scratch again, from something that's been built up 40 years in the making, and you're just gonna eliminate that, everything else besides the movies. 40 years of hard work from authors, writers, and guess what? It's not stopping them. They just keep going. I'm sure in their minds that these authors who've been writing Expanding Universe, when they write the new stuff, I'm pretty sure they still keep it connected to their previous stories that they've done. There's no way in hell as a writer personally that I would ever omit something from a universe just because this corporation, this fucking obnoxious, stupid Disney corporation doesn't know what the hell to do with one of the biggest franchises in the world. They don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do. Exactly. We're going to hear a lot of Anakin in this podcast. So, this is something they could do. They could follow the Legends storylines. They could give us Kyle Katarn. They could give us Mara Jade, Darth Jarek. They could give us Luke Skywalker facing Exar Kun, Marco Ragnos. We could get those storylines. We can get, Luke making his, Jedi Order on Yavin 4. We could get Jaden Core. Did I say that already? We can get Jason Solo. We can get, Anakin Solo, Jane Solo. We can get that original... We can get all those back. It'd be so great. So many stories. We can get the second coming of the Emperor, which he does come back. But the Emperor is able to take over other people's bodies. He needs to find a new host. Because everyone apparently takes over, just melts away. Which they supposedly... Well, people try to put that together with Snoke in the new trilogy. But I guess he was a Phil Palpatine clone. Which is actually not that bad of an idea. It was just executed poorly. But that's another topic for another time. But you see what I'm saying? All those books that were post Return of the Jedi, they can come to fruition. All those games, they can be real. They can happen. I'm so sick. But at the same time, I'm kind of sick of everything being post Return of the Jedi. I know from Return of the Jedi to whatever, The Rise of Skywalker, it's 40 years of a bunch of shit that happens. Okay, I completely understand. There's a lot you can work with there. And now there's people that want to do 3,000 or 1,000 years before A New Hope or something with the new order, the High Order, whatever. That's supposed to be comic books or something. I'm not entirely sure. I think it is supposed to be comic books. I thought it was going to be actual movies or something. But then there's supposedly rumors about, Darth Revan movie, trilogy of, whatever, around Knights of the Republic time, stuff like that. But nothing has been concrete. We just get spin-off shows from the Clone Wars because Disney knows that's what people like. They're going to milk that cow. They're not taking risk here. Now, The Mandalorian was a risk taker, which I really do appreciate. And fucking A, Disney, can you bring that to Blu-ray already? Good Lord Almighty, please. So, let's get back to the Star Wars reset. So that'd be one of the good things. Another good thing is this gives a chance to find competent writers. Disney can actually hire people that know what they're doing and actually know Star Wars universe and lore, and not have crazy people like Kathleen Kennedy who are just always about Mary Sue type stories about feminine identities and how they need to stand up and stuff like that. It's in every Star Wars movie. Padme, Princess Leia. I mean, come on now. Come on. They were represented fine, okay? If anything, Chewie deserves to get his own representation of a movie because he used to be a slave, and his planet is overrun by the Empire, and his whole race is turned into slaves. So if anybody deserves any type of prosperity, it's that guy. Okay, it's fucking Chewbacca. That big tall guy. He's been around for pretty much almost every single movie besides the first two. Or maybe he was in the first two, we just never did. The Millennium Falcon was in the second movie. You barely got to see it though. Or was it in the first one? I think it was in the second one. I think so. It's a little Easter egg if you missed it. So, it kind of just gives people a new hope, like I said, of wanting to see this set on the right track. There's so much lore. There's so much lore they can work with. I would love to see Kyle Katarn get his own movie. I would love to see Luke Skywalker get his own movies with Admiral Thrawn or something. And it's like, oh, what do you do, Nico? Mark Hamill's like in his late 60s. How are they going to do that? It's the same way as they always do. They CG'd Princess Leia in Star Wars Rogue One. They CG'd Leia and Luke in Rise of Skywalker in their training session. They can do it, okay? I would be okay. I'd be okay if they just CG'd the characters they needed to, and they better have fucking done a great job, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Everything else, all the legacy characters can be CG'd, okay? I don't want, and then they can, you know what? They can even have voice actors come in and try to sound like them as best. I don't know, something. They can make it work, okay? They did it in the video games. They can definitely do it. They got away with it. It's fine. Or they can bring those voice actors, the original cast back. Well, I can't do that for Carrie Fisher, unfortunately, but you know what I'm saying? They could do it. They could fucking do it. So yeah. Now, what's another pro? I mean, I pretty much said all I could say. Now, cons is that, do we want Disney to reset because the damage has been done so hard? We've been scarred so badly by this new trilogy. So many people hated it. So many people. Not everyone. There are people out there that actually like the new trilogy. And if you liked it, fine. That's fine. But I did not. I think the only one I liked that was okay was The Force Awakens, because there were some pretty cool moments in there. And then The Last Jedi just had, oh man, I can't. Where do I even begin? It was a comedy movie. Let's just say that. It's a cinematic comedy. And then The Rise of Skywalker, well, I've heard both sides, that it's a good movie, and I heard another side that it was a bad movie. But what can you expect with what the cards you're dealt with? But the seed has been planted, and nobody tended to the garden very well. They just let it grow into something viciously. They didn't trim it. They didn't pull any of the weeds around it. They just all soaked in, bathed in the basking glory of their money bags. Their shiny money represented sunlight. Does that make sense? I don't know. So, yes, the con is, do we want them to have another shot at this? Do we want to beat a dead horse? Should they just move on and make other movies? And I'm 50-50 on this. I think if they said, no, we're not doing this is safe, you know, they flat out say, no, we're not doing this. I'm like, okay. I'd be okay with it. I'd actually be okay with that because, like, yeah, I don't, it's, you know, fuck you guys. You already had your chance. Now, if they did go back and reset it or ignore it and do it again, I'd be like, oh, okay, here we fucking go. Like, I would strap myself in for the craziest roller coaster thrill ride of my entire fucking life, you know? And I would just, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. It'd be interesting to see, you know? I would be curious. I mean, I've already stopped seeing the latest Star Wars movies anyway, so what's going to stop me from seeing the next ones, you know? If it looks like trash, I just won't see it. And I'll just be like, yeah, you guys are done. No one's ever going to want to pay for Star Wars stuff again. But sometimes you just got to get a huge reality check and just start from the bottom. Baby steps. And just get competent people for the job. Don't get people who are just out there to just shoehorn representation of some gender or some race or sexual orientation, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just get someone who just loves Star Wars and doesn't want to fuck it over like Abrams and Rian Johnson did, okay? Those guys are incompetent. Though Abrams was supposedly a Star Wars fan, Johnson was not a Star Wars fan. And apparently Abrams just bend the knee to the Queen of Kathleen. It kind of rhymed. So, yeah. Do fans want to put up with again? So it's literally a toss of a coin. And here's another thing. If they go back and reset it, if they don't go with this new trilogy storyline anymore, and they don't go with Legends, does that mean they're gonna make a brand new storylines, erase 2 expanded universes, and start anew? Third time's the charm. I don't know if I could handle that. I don't know. It's like I didn't really read anything in the new trilogy era. I mean, I played a couple of games, like Star Wars Battlefront 2, with, I don't even know her fucking name because she was fucking a terrible character. But she had to take off her helmet about 1,000 times to show that she's female. Yeah, that's really good. But that's what's going to happen. It's going to be the Third Reich of Star Wars. And I don't want that. Nobody should want that garbage. You know, it's terrible. It's terrible, you know, and if they do go back and reset, use any of the Legends storylines, there's so many. I'd be okay with that. If you don't do it, then get the fuck out of post-Return of the Jedi era. Just leave it alone. You've already killed that. The horse is dead, okay? You've hung it, chopped it in half, cut its head off with a guillotine, suplexed it, I don't know, fed it to the wolves, whatever. You fucked it up. Focus on a different era that you can possibly screw up. Or do we want them to ever make a Star Wars movie again? I don't know. They're going to do it, though, because there's a lot of money in the Star Wars franchise. And I just pray to the gods that they don't fuck up any of the previous stuff before, any previous storylines before Phantom Menace or A New Hope, and they just do it justice, you know? It seems that the spin-off shows have been doing great, like Rebels, Mandalorian, the Clone Wars final season, and then we got Kenobi supposedly coming out, and then we got another show that's coming out in 2021. That's a sequel to Clone Wars. So it seems that the animated and live-action shows are great. And Star Wars as a live-action show was pretty fucking cool. I was super stoked. I love The Mandalorian. I would watch that over and over and over again. I will take The Mandalorian over the new trilogy movies any fucking day, along with Rogue One and Solo. Get that shit out of here. So, let me know what you guys think down below about how you feel about a Star Wars reset. You know, I think it'd be great. I don't know, deep down, I would love to see this to get a second chance. So, without repeating myself too long, let's move on to the next section. That is pretty much all I wanted to talk about with Star Wars. Do you want to reset or not? That's the bottom line question right there, the coup de grace. So, now, we're about to reach this next section. This is more of a fun time for Niko. Fun. I'm not saying this wasn't fun, but hear me out. We're about to dive into comment section of one of the latest Mass Effect videos that I did that has ceased to go up any higher in views, but we were close to making it 3,000 views. But you know what? Nonetheless, appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. awesome. It was very, very great to move up in the subscriber count, finally. But if you must know, YouTube has fucked me so hard with the subscriber count. I was at, as of like a few days ago, I was at 600. Okay, originally I was at 562. They boosted me to 570, and then all of a sudden 600. And I was like, holy shit, am I getting my lucky break finally? Holy fucking shit. And then all of a sudden I lost that, and I'm back down to 563, and now I'm at 559. So it seems that YouTube is just, even if I have a below 1,000 subscriber channel, they just don't fucking care about how you feel, and their algorithms are trash. And this is their way of showing their thanks of me trying to give a shit about making their place a better place to find news-related stuff or watch, I don't know, me have a good time playing video games. I don't know. It's absolutely fucking dumb. Just retarded. It's dumb. But without further ado, along the lines with that, thanks to this Mass Effect video, I'm still grateful for getting up over 40 subscribers. Honest subscribers, not fucked up algorithm YouTube's a dumbass subscriber count. So it was a boost. I'm just sad that it stopped. It's like it always ceases to stop. It's like they just don't want me to keep growing. They figure out, I'm like, holy shit, Nico's actually he's getting a lucky break. No, never mind, bye. Just purge 40 subs from me, you fucking assholes. God, YouTube.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
But anyway, folks, we're going to dive into the comment section of Mass Effect video that I released about 2 weeks ago, and it's called The Biggest Mass Effect Leak of 2020. So we're going to go down, we're going to spend the rest of this video, this NIKO show, discussing the comments. And I'll do my best to kind of interpret what these guys are saying and then kind of elaborate on it and expand on it as best I can, because like many of you who have followed me through the videos of Mass Effect and Dragon Age or anything BioWare related, you understand how much I mean, look at this shit. I didn't even realize I was wearing a Lift Like a Krogan t-shirt, gym shirt. I didn't even fucking realize that. I deliberately put it on without even knowing that I'm doing a Mass Effect video. It's too funny. So, let me see here. Let's load this up. I'm trying to see if there's any sensitive information here from, you guys can like hack my account or something, like any password or something. I should have looked this over, but that's okay. Okay, no, we're good. We are good. So I'm going to read down as much as I can, and hopefully we don't get too many repeats, because a lot of people say the same thing, but you know what? It's great nonetheless. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm just going to, you guys listening in on this, right now I'm just cutting the window down so you guys can't see the important things here. Okay. There, I'm going to expand this so you guys can actually see what they're saying. There we go, it's a little better. Okay, that's good. That's about as big as I want it. Okay. Just so you guys can kind of see what we're dealing with here. Okay, so yeah, if this gets me in trouble with YouTube, my account gets hacked, well, that's what I get, right?
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Okay, let's start the comments. Oh my goodness, it is hot in here. I have to turn the AC off, guys, so I don't want too much background noise. Oh, good, a little sip of water. That always helps. Okay. All right, here we go. Another round of applause. All right. I'm only going to be reading the Mass Effect leak videos, the biggest Mass Effect leak of 2020 video. All right, comment number 1 by Kevin Rickus. Damn, no change for the ending of Mass Effect 3, an opportunity missed, probably. Okay, so just to add context, the big leak of Mass Effect was released about 2 weeks ago from an anonymous, well, not really anonymous person, but somebody who supposedly worked for BioWare. Okay, I thought there was something playing in the background. Anyway, and he decided to spill the beans on what's to come. He's like, the trilogy's real. Here's everything that's being added. Here's things that are being changed. So there was a lot. And like I said, you can take it with a grain of salt. I will take it with a grain of hope salt. that I pray that some of it exists and some of it doesn't. You know, it would be a great hype train for upcoming Mass Effect 5. It would be fantastic. I think they should do it. That's the bottom line thing. So if you want further elaboration, you're always welcome to click the video. Like I said, it's in one of my latest videos, the biggest Mass Effect leak of 2020, in case you need more information. I go through pretty much everything. Oh, excuse me, burpee. I just had Taco Bell about an hour ago. Okay, Kevin Rickus. Sorry, bud. Damn, no change for the ending of Mass Effect 3. An opportunity missed, probably. So, one of the leaks from the guy said that they're not changing the Mass Effect 3 ending. They're just kind of expanding on it by adding more dialogue options and more sentimental moments with your romance character, which I like the extended cut. It wasn't the best thing, but it's still better than nothing, and it was a million times better. We can all agree it was a million times better than the original ending of Mass Effect 3. Okay, all right. We can all agree on that. There should be no argument on that. So having added context to that would be great. But I understand why he would want the ending to be changed, because pretty much Mass Effect 3 is great until you have the option to run towards the light, where you fight oh my gosh, some Marauder shields. The fucking meme for that. Where Harbinger is in your presence. And then you go into the Citadel, and then, yeah. Actually, I loved that whole segment leading up with the Elusive Man and stuff, with Admiral Anderson. I thought that was fantastic. Everybody had a fucking problem with the Star Child. That was the problem. Because the game turned into like this huge branching narrative and tied it down to just 3 options with little to none explanation, no context. That was the original synopsis. And then everything that followed after that just made no fucking sense. It's like, what the hell did I just see? It was pretty mind-numbing. So with the extended cut, they had 4 different endings, which killing the Star Child, shoot the Star Child, and then everyone just dies. So that's pretty much failure. But it doesn't make you feel better. It just makes it seem like, haha, that's what you get for trying to pick on this Star kid, right? So anyway, that's what people want to be changed. They want the last 10%. They want the last 10% of Mass Effect 3 to be changed, which is the final segments of the Earth mission. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think they should just redo that whole, not the whole planet. I think the whole level was badass. I think they should just redo the last segment. You can keep most of the dialogue and stuff because it was still cool, but find a way to connect this with everything that we've done in the game to make decisions from all 3 games falling into one place. That's all. They kind of did that with the extended cut. They showed a bunch of different scenes of like, hey, you helped out the Krogan doing this thing. Hey, you helped out the Geth doing this thing. Oh, the Quarians. Oh, this and that, etc., etc. You know, you kind of get to see what people are doing. But it just, the damage was already done, you know? So, that's something that's going to be hard for EA to do. If they will change it. They might though, if they get enough people talking about it, about how pissed off they were on their Twitter feed. Because people were so fucking mad, man. It was crazy. People wanted to burn BioWare down and EA. All right, next comment from Marcus Wilson. No more woke games. Yes, this was like one of my final things that I mentioned in the Mass Effect leak video. This was like a personal thing. I don't want, if they did a remastered trilogy, my point was that leave all the characters alone. Don't feminize them. Don't demasculine. Don't make them less masculine. Leave them the way they are. Their quirks, behaviors, none of that shit should be changed. Okay? If you change the graphics, so be it. But better fucking make sure they all look how they did originally. Because people are going to pick up on that and they're going to be fucking pissed. Because we got a lot of woke shit from Mass Effect Andromeda. A lot of unnecessary woke stuff that was just shoehorned into the game. And it made us not like it. Because it got so bad that people were complaining about one trans character with their dialogue or something. And then BioWare had to apologize about it. I remember that vividly. And yeah, maybe they shouldn't have misrepresented it. Them, you know? Okay, that's fine. But, I mean, Jesus Christ. It was like burning down the chapel for that? That's ridiculous. Well, that's just a figure of speech right there. But I don't want any of this stuff to where, I want a character that I can look up to. Like female Shepard from Mass Effect 3 or male Shepard from all the Mass Effect games they're fantastic role models. And I would love to just have that all kept the same. Like I said, don't fit this common narrative from whatever. I hate to be cliche or, an echo chamber, but SJWs or liberals or whatever you want to call it. Just, it was fine. There was gay representation in Mass Effect 3 with Steve. There's plenty of gay you could be gay in every single game if you wanted to. You could be gay with Kane and Lenko. You can be gay with oh my god, female Liara Tassoni. It's like, it wasn't like BioWare was against it. They did it pretty much throughout all their games. So, yeah. It's not like they never did it, so I don't want to fucking hear it. Okay, so that's Toby Van Staden for the next comment. He says James should be a romance character. People, you know why he's saying that? Because we got the Iron Bull, which was voiced by the same actor who did James, which is Freddie Prinze Jr. And who doesn't like to romance the Bull when Freddie Prinze Jr. is voice acting? I hear he's a douche in real life, but I'm not sure. I'm just going by what people say, which is never usually a good thing half the time if you don't trust them. But, grain of salt, grain of salt. Yeah, it'd be cool. I think if they had another character, I think James would be great, because he's a big macho guy, and who doesn't want a big macho guy to remind them of the Iron Bull? He's, the Iron Bull in human form. So, yeah, the more the merrier, and if they do remaster stuff, I'm sure they're going to add better romanced options, like Thane. Thane was probably the most missed opportunity in Mass Effect 2, because there's only one chance you can to romance him, and it's from one lazy dialogue option. Because I think they just ran out of time, and they just had to make up something real quick, and just, boop, there we go. See, Mass Effect 2 isn't perfect. I mean, there's plenty of people that don't think it's perfect, but I'm just saying. It still is the best one in all three of them, though. Okay, next one. We got German Jimenez Martinez. Sorry if I butcher your name, dude. One thing I've never heard about Mass Effect is the excellent soundtrack that is along the franchise. The music is great, so I hope they add new tracks. And of course, it'd be cool if Kane and John Shepard could have the same romantic scenes that Lola and Kane already featured. Greens from Mexico City. I enjoyed your video. Hey, appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Yeah, the Mass Effect soundtrack is out of this world. Who doesn't like the Galaxy map music? Who doesn't like the Suicide Mission map? You get Normandy SV2 soundtrack. The music from the first game, the main menu music, it's so nice and calming and peaceful. It's just, oh my god, there's so many great songs. So many great songs, but my all-time favorite is the Suicide Mission song. That song is fantastic. So yeah, I agree. The music it should definitely be more recognized. Adding more music would be great. You know what I liked about the extended cut is that they actually they edited some songs to add more dynamic range to them and more tracks, like the main menu song from Mass Effect 3, which I love. There's an extended version of that, and it sounds really cool. They even added a better Star Child theme song, which I love that song. I think it was fantastic. Oh man, Sam, fantastic. And yeah, they added some more music. Of course, they always add more music with the DLC and stuff. So who doesn't want more great sound, more music? Yeah, and then he says they shouldn't lose any of their physical characteristics. Yeah, like I said, don't change anything. Leave them the way they are. They're fine. Nobody's ever bitched about any of these characters that I know of, okay? Everybody likes everyone. Everybody has their dislikes. A lot of people don't like Kate, and a lot of people don't like Jacob. But it's fine. A lot of people don't like Ashley because she's an annoying person. And she's fucking racist, too. Oh, my God. Super racist. But, everyone... That's the great thing about Mass Effect. Everybody's got their flaws, and strengths and weaknesses. That's why these characters are so memorable. Even if you don't like them because they have a bitchy attitude. It doesn't matter. They're still memorable. In a good way or bad way, at least they're fleshed out, All right. This is I Want Goals 15. Oh, wait, no. This is... Oh, God, oh, geez, what have I done? Wow, I fucked this up. We're going back to German. And of course, it'd be cool if Caden and John Shepard could have the same romantic scenes. So, Caden and Shepard can romance each other in Mass Effect 3. If you stick to your guns. If you want the D the whole time, you can do that. That's really fine. Okay. So, Ahmed A. Speaking on the wokeness, I'm 100% with you. I don't want any bullshit character model changes. They shouldn't lose any of their physical characteristics that make them who they are. They should just leave them alone, leave most of the dialogue alone, and only add new ones, no punches pulled like the original games. Exactly. Speaking of no punches pulled, remember when, oh my god, Kai Lane, oh my god, he was the person you wanted to kill the most in Mass Effect 3. Probably out of the entire Mass Effect franchise, more than Saren, okay? You could say the Reapers, but they're like not in the picture the whole time. They're just kind of lurking until the third game. But Kai Lane, well, maybe the Elusive Man, but the Elusive Man, he's kind of a badass in his own right. He's an extremist, I get it. But Kai Lane is a motherfucker. I mean, he kills Thane for crying out loud. That deserves. When you go to the Elusive Man hideout and you're doing your control, you're like at the control chamber where he sits, and motherfucking Kai Lane tries to sneak up on you. Ooh, you can pull the Renegade option. You break you dodge his sword that's about to stab you from him. Break it, and then you Omniblade him right in the fucking chest. And it goes, that was for Thane, you son of a bitch. Boom! Fucking dead. Coolest fucking way for a villain to die. I was like blowing my load there. It was amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was amazing.
You're gonna see what Joey Wheel is all about.
It was fucking awesome. So, stuff like that, yeah, no punches pulled. We want to be able to take down the Reapers the same way we did before. We want to feel like badasses in space and just save the galaxy from certain doom. Now, next one. I want goals 15. Interesting. I want to get hyped about this remaster, but this is EA we're talking about. It does look like they're forcing BioWare to use Frostbite. I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. There's always disappointing lurking somewhere within EA. And you know what? He's exactly right. EA, you know, Star Wars Fallen Order has been maybe their saving grace because that was pretty much their last chance to earn any respect from us. And Battlefront 2 is a pretty great game now, but that damage was already done. That boat's sailed long ago. And then you get games like Anthem, Andromeda, the ending for Mass Effect 3, no Dead Space, microtransactions. Oh, man, it's just bad. And Frostbite engine has been the Achilles heel for BioWare since 2012, pretty much, when they started working on Anthem, which used to be called Beyond, which Beyond sounds way cooler than Anthem, but whatever. What do I know? Now, yeah, should we trust EA? They still have a lot of work ahead of them. They still haven't convinced me that they're a decent company, you know, and I don't think they ever will be. And BioWare hates using the Frostbite, but maybe they got good with it after so many trials, trial and error. Who knows, right? So yeah, just wear a helmet. Keep your helmet on. King Aragorn II. I'm honored to have a man like this in my steady thing here. That's amazing. Okay, I gotta show more results here. Sorry, because it only has showing me like 10. I got a lot of comments from this video. It was fantastic. Okay, I just want 100 results and it's taking forever. Okay, so King Aragorn II says, I agree with your politics 100%. I can't wait to play this trilogy remastered. So he agrees with everything I said about the wokeness, about how to not shame a franchise that's been shamed twice now, and how to not keep that from happening, how to keep that from happening again. And then, yeah, he's just as excited as I am. Okay, it's just taking forever to search. Yeah, King Aragorn, that's a good way to put it. I agree wholeheartedly. EA could win some huge brownie points if they don't fuck this up, you know? They could really do a good thing. Fear X this X Reaper. Love the Mass Effect trilogy, but if they keep the ending, I ain't buying. So that's just another person who just really, really was traumatized by the original Mass Effect 3 ending, which I completely understand. The extended cut just didn't do enough, man, and it was too late. Yeah, it's a shame. I appreciate it. MBman11, so are we going to finally see Tally's face and not some cheap Photoshop? Okay, yeah. So that's another thing that people didn't like about Mass Effect 3 is that Tally's romance, the entire romancing plot with Tally was pretty much ruined in the final moments. When you romance her, she just takes off her helmet, you don't get to see her face, and she just starts dry humping you. And then you actually get to see what she looks like on a photograph, which it is a Photoshop image taken straight from somewhere else and turned into Tally, like a normal human girl's face photoshopped into Tally's face. It was pretty fucking stupid that they did that. I'm like, you guys couldn't come up with anything to talk about or to make her look like someone really important like that? Like, what the fuck? This chick commits suicide if you let the Koreans die and then go with the Geth, you know, you go with the synthetic option. Oh my god, it's depressing. All right, so this is probably the last one we'll get through. Because this is a big one, and this is something I replied back. I don't reply to everyone, but I heard everyone's comments, but I only reply to the ones that really stuck out to me. Okay, this is by Alexis Pride. Hello, Alexis, appreciate it. You are literally okay. Her English isn't that great. She's probably I don't know where she's from, but it's not that great. So bear with me. It even says that she edited. Yeah. But never type angry. So she says, you are literally the definition of, here, take this scrap off the table and be thankful for it. Why? Yes, give me product, consume product, supply and demand, right? That's not actually true. I'm not that person. Because regardless of how it worded, they are just giving your near exact copies with today's graphics. None of the issues are addressed that made it post from the players. They want to let you walk around with Anderson. Doesn't explain anything but why Earth is important to Anderson. They added extended romance. So what's that a bonus, not a reason to play? The players ask for boots on the ground via player choice, not, exploration, unless it's where we say. And the biggest issue is the ending. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to just roll over and say, yeah, just sue, screw me, I'm spineless. This is horrible. I hated that ending. Come on, Alexis, you can do better than that. I hated that ending. All three of them, they were dumb, completely not non-final. As in AI, God, Shep could literally clone or make a body as it dispersed via extended ending. Shep would have been recovered. Same for ending the Reapers. There's no reason Shep should have ended there, and I refuse to sit back and be fucked over on a cash grip like a moron. Exactly how we got the SJW heavy mocked up agenda crap we have now. Settling for whatever reasons, you have no right to complain if you don't like it later because you had the chance to speak but said nothing, so I'll speak my mind in strong will also. If they don't intend to do what the other players ask for and they have been saying it for years, they don't ever intend to give half a shit. I will not award being disrespected by a company only interested in the pockets via the least amount of effort. Well, Alexis, and I responded, appreciate that comment, your passion is well respected, my lady, and duly noted. So, I know where she's coming from. She's trying to, she's being really stubborn and stuck in her ways, and I get it. Here's the thing, though. It's EA, right? EA has always been this shitty. Look what they did to Ultima Online. That completely fucked over them. They've been fucking over companies forever. They've closed down so many companies. And guess what? You still bought it. So you're not in the right in this either. You're just as hypocritical as I am. It's very contradictory that you'd say that. Unless this was like your first EA game franchise experience, which I highly doubt it. Who hasn't played Command & Conquer or Ultima Online or Mass Effect or anything, sports game? It doesn't matter. You can say every EA game is a cash grab, which it could as well be. But you got cheated because you went in with blind optimism that EA and BioWare wouldn't lead you astray. So you're just mad because you were too... I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, Alexis. But, you know, with all due respect, you were foolish enough to fall for trickery in the past, and now you're still butthurt about it because now you see what they've done, and you were part of the statistic just like I was. That's exactly what it is. She's just afraid to let go. She can't let it go. She still has so much anger. You're being a Sith Lord about this. You're being an Anakin Skywalker.
Liar!
But I understand where she's coming from. A lot of people feel like this. They don't want to be cheated. They don't want to go through this again. The pain. This is how much, all in all, this is how much the game meant to people. This is how much Mass Effect means to the world. It was the next Star Wars. That's how big it was. It was the Star Wars sci-fi fucking game epic that was supposed to take the place of Star Wars. And yeah, that's what happened though. That's the name of the game, unfortunately. And you know what? If EA, look, I'll admit it. Let's say if this thing does happen and EA does fuck me over again, then I will definitely know to never trust them again. I'll admit I'm stupid. I get it. You know.
Fuck! Get this guy off me!
Man, I suck.
Like, I won't be afraid to admit it. But Alexis, you're afraid to admit that you were stupid enough to fall for EA's trickery. That's why you're still stuck in the past. And don't ever assume, guys, that I'm not doing these videos just for clickbait. Like, I'm doing it because I love Mass Effect. Probably just as much, almost as much as Star Wars. But look how I feel. I'm still a Star Wars fan despite that being burned to ash. You know, that whole legacy or franchise. So, yeah, I'm going to keep releasing videos like this so we get people talking, because it'll get people wondering on what they truly want and see if I want to inform people about stuff like this. Doesn't mean I'm going to always be completely on board with what I talk about or what's thrown at me. I'm not that simplistic, but honestly, I can't help it because I've been dying for a Mass Effect game since Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect Andromeda didn't scratch that itch. In fact, it just opened up a scar from Mass Effect 3. So, the ending, that is. I gotta keep stating that because I actually like Mass Effect 3 up until the last, 5 or 10% of the game. Extended Cut's good, though. The DLC's fantastic. Leviathan, Citadel. Although the cast of characters aren't as cool as they are in Mass Effect 2, but Citadel lets you play all the characters from all 3 games. So, that was some good fan service there. Citadel is just called fan service, but I fucking loved it. I thought it was great. So guys, that has been a handful of comments from the biggest Mass Effect leak of 2020 video. I hope we've gone through enough of what we talked about. And yeah, Mass Effect is a big deal. Star Wars is a big deal. I would love to see the Star Wars reset taken in a whole new fashion. I don't mind a redo. I would totally be down with it if they follow the Legend stories. If they don't do that, then fuck off. Like, stay away from it. Don't touch it anymore. Anything post Return of the Jedi. And then the Mass Effect comments, I do hope this trilogy is real. And I hope they do a good job. I hope if they use Frostbite, I hope it looks better than Andromeda, Andromeda's graphics weren't bad, okay? But it just didn't make the game wasn't gritty, though. That's the thing. Sci-fi stuff should be gritty and spooky and scary and really give you the atmospheric sense. Like Dead Space uses the Unreal Engine. Okay? Mass Effect 1 through 3 uses the Unreal Engine. Give me Unreal 4 engine. Oh my god, it looked fucking fantastic or something, Anyway, folks, I have been your host, NikoTheLegend. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, you're always welcome to follow me on the Twitch, the YouTube. Check me out on Discord and Twitter. And then if you're new to the Spotify world, podcast world, you can find me on the NIKO Show by Nicholas Sorokin on Spotify. We only have 2 episodes up there, but I'm going to try to make that better for you guys, okay? By having more added every 2 weeks, maybe, if I just do the $10 a month plan, so I get more memory to upload, more space. But you guys are always welcome to help me out on that by donating to my PayPal. If anything, you can always visit my Twitch site if you're not too familiar what to type in for my PayPal. I want to say it's just Nicholas Sorokin, but if you want a direct link to it, just go to my Twitch account with the link below, and then look for the PayPal button. And anyway, guys, let me know what you guys have to say about that. I would love to hear everything. And Pathfinders, this is only the beginning. I can't wait for the next Mass Effect leak and the next Star Wars, whatever you want to call it. Take care.